Owning investments can be a very emotional experience. It can be euphoria when the market's at all-time highs, and it can be painful as the market sells off. Today we're going to talk about a few ideas to help emotionally smooth out the bumps so that you're not trying to time the market using your emotions. Today, let's talk about 4 different ways you can keep your emotions in check that will allow you to avoid timing the market and getting discouraged when things aren't going to plan. The first one is to fall to your long-term plan. You need to have something, a bedrock, an anchor that you can lean against. This is a long-term financial plan. This helps guide how much risk you should be taking in the market, as well as how much money you can be withdrawing or how much you need to be saving. These long-term plans can help you navigate short-term market fluctuations, because in the day-to-day, the market trades on emotion. You're in my emotion, it happens. And allowing emotions to cloud the long-term decisions can cause harm not only today but in the future. So the first suggestion is to rely on your long-term plan. Look back on it, review the goals, and review the considerations to make sure everything's still in line to help bring you peace of mind. The second thing I'd suggest to help you avoid emotionally timing the market is understanding how many decisions have to go right in order to be right. For example, if you're trying to time yourself out of the market, sell as it's going down and then buying back at a lower price, you have to make 2 good decisions. You have to be able to sell appropriately and be able to buy at the lower price. However, when lower prices appear, there's usually more bad news around it. Think about every pullback in the market. Middle of COVID, the financial crisis, at the very bottom was the worst of the news. And that's the time that you need to be buying back in. But it's hard to do emotionally. And so the more decisions that have to be right in a row, the less likely it is that it will work out. So basically what I'm trying to say is it's hard to be right twice. You got to be right on the sell, and you got to be right on the buy. And using, like we talked about in the previous step, using your long-term plan to help guide those buying and selling decisions can be a better way than trying to emotionally time it during a volatile market. The third thing I'd recommend doing is investing on a set schedule, often called dollar cost averaging. If you're still in the accumulation phase, not the distribution, meaning you're adding funds to your investment accounts, is systematic buys can help you ignore the noise of the day. Because as the market pulls back, you're buying more, and as the market moves forward, you're buying a little bit less. So it's the same dollar amount, but those systematic buys allow you to take a step back on the emotion. That's how I do it personally, is I'm buying all the time. Now, as the market gets more and more in a depth of crisis, I may add additional funds to the accounts, but I have a consistent buy going into the market. And that allows me to sleep at night knowing I'm taking advantage of the ups and downs of the market. In addition, when you're taking out periodic distributions, say for income, planning ahead and having that money set aside in strategic buckets allows you to be able to take from funds that are set aside for income instead of trying to pull it out of, say, stocks when they're down. So it needs to be timing on the contributions as well as timing on the distributions. And when those 2 are done appropriately, it may allow you to sleep better at night. The fourth suggestion, and the last thing I'd say to do, is to reach out to your financial advisor. I always tell my clients, if you're nervous, call. If you have questions, call. Come in for a chat. There's always news, there's always events of the day, and you may be reacting to something and not somebody else. We all have our own worldviews, and there are different scenarios that make us nervous. And so that's why we always are working and helping our clients understand that generally in the short term, the market trades on emotion, and in the long term, it moves towards fundamentals. If a company is making more money tomorrow than it is today, it's worth more. And so as we look through those various situations, and having a conversation isn't often a great way to find peace of mind. So reach out, talk to somebody. You're not in this investing journey alone. You're not in this financial planning journey alone. If you have questions, please reach out to me 801-476-1200, or you can email me at garrett@ascendinvestment.com and just simply say, I'm nervous, and happy to have a conversation with you.